Hi everyone, it's Lauren Grace. Welcome back to Happy Space. Let's draw with me. So I've been working on this particular sticker for quite a while. It took so long to design and complete because hydrangeas are just bunches of really small flowers, and no matter how much I zoomed in and how many colors I used, it really took a long time to fill in all those nooks and crannies to turn these loop-de-loops, as I called them, into actual petals and buds, which definitely took a lot of patience. I know many of you have been waiting for this channel to post content, and that's just because I'll explain in a video later about the struggle to create under pressure. I know a lot of artists talk about that. I'm sure a lot of people believe that, oh, you just have your own platform. You can put this at your own pace. But I equate it to required reading versus reading on your own. Growing up, it's not as fun and not as desirable to complete if it's mandated, whether that be for the pressure of a deadline, the consistency of creation, or a grade, as it were, especially. And when you're creating content that's going to be posted externally, I feel that there's always this pressure to make it perfect because it's going to be seen by others. And I've decided that this channel for now is just going to be a way for me to just keep creating, even if it's not perfect in my eyes or in the world's eyes. So I hope you enjoy this. If you don't, that's totally fine. You can move on from this. And yes, not to worry, I will blend all of these colors out. Let's talk about that process. So what I do is I start with the lightest color, and then I work my way, and I use the gouache brush on Procreate, and I fill in from lightest to darkest, going into the shadows in this instance. I did the same thing with the leaves, and I will be doing this with the petals. In any space that is not directly a flower, it is going to be the darkest spot because that is the nook in between all of these flowers to define them. To break it up between petals and flower shapes, I also have a few buds that are, I would say, a folded swirl action to add extra dimension and extra shapes to make it more interesting. This is one of the stickers from the Rainbow Florals collection. This is particularly the green sticker of the Rainbow Florals collection. You should really go check that out on my Etsy shop. I'm really proud of this collection. This was the second sticker collection that I ever designed, and not too bad. Now, of course, now I go in with another layer just for the highlights alone. And eventually I will merge these layers 2 at a time to blend them together and erase certain parts and clean up the lines, essentially. In the very lightest color of the highlights that I just want to accentuate some. It's important to know that not every petal needs a highlight. If it is a petal that's clearly underneath other flowers or other petals, it's totally fine to not give that a highlight. In my instance, the light source is right in front, right at my face. It's as if I'm shining a light on it, so I want the edges, the tips of the petals of these flowers to have that little bit of light, little bit of shine. Again, I am so grateful that you are coming on this journey with me of art creation. For a living in the daytime, I am a music teacher, and music has always been my main source of creative outlets and artistic expression. But visual art has always been there for me, whether it was doodling on my papers during class, don't tell my teachers, growing up, or designing t-shirts for the softball team. So it really does feel good to have a means to create during this pandemic that doesn't put others at risk. Unfortunately, right now, it's very difficult to come together and make music in a group for many different reasons. And hopefully, we're finding creative ways to get around that, and we have, certainly. But But it just doesn't feel the same, and I think a lot of musicians out there will agree with me. But I definitely needed a creative outlet, because just singing by myself is nowhere near singing in a choir. So here we are, creating nonetheless. And that's what Happy Space is all about. I wanted to design things that helped everybody make their spaces happier, because we can't go out and find our happy places or go to our happy places as much right now, and hopefully we will be able to soon. So at least we can have things that make the spaces around us a little bit more happy and joyful, hence the title, Happy Space. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please give it a like, subscribe if you would like to see more content like this. Let me know what you want me to talk about in our next video. And check out my Etsy shop, link is below. Have a wonderful day, everybody.